Welcome to Lookism Explain, where I explain how concepts work in Lookism. Today we're explaining potential. You see, potential is actually something very interesting to explain because, well, potential isn't really something that's just simple. It's actually broken up into three different parts, that being someone's growth rate, someone's limit, and someone's talent. You see, talent is actually one of the easiest things in potential to explain because it's basically someone's aptitude for fighting. The more adept at fighting you are, the more talented you are. The most talented characters in the series obviously being the copy users, because they can just look at any martial art they see and just copy it right there on the spot. But being a copy user isn't the only way you can be talented, as in the case of someone like Yusong, who's a savant. Fighting basically comes naturally to him through raw instinct and his adaptability, but he's still not as talented as the copy users in the series. But the most talented character we see in the series that isn't a copy user is actually Shiro Oni himself, because he's the only one to have mastered every martial art on the planet without having the copy ability. Or the system. The next one that contributes to your potential is your growth rate, which is just the faster your progressive strength. I would always argue that Yohan has the best growth rate in the series because the next time we see him, he always is stronger than the last time we see him by leaps and bounds. Which is very impressive because the swimming genius doesn't have a teacher, meaning he progresses this strong all by himself. Alongside that, from what we know, Yohan is also the youngest character in the series to achieve a pass. And now for the final one, being someone's limit or their potential, which is just the highest heights you can reach. Now there's two forms of someone's limit, their physical limit and their peak. Someone's physical limit is basically, the physical heights of your stats. The best way I could basically explain someone's limit is through mastery, because mastery only occurs when you max out your stats. I'll be using the power mastery for this. The longer it takes for you to achieve the power mastery just means that your AP is way higher than somebody like Hudson. But if you achieve the power mastery when you're like 10, either that means you have one crazy growth rate, or more likely than not you're just ain't shit. The best way I can describe your peak is what you can achieve with your potential. I know, stupid. In the simplest terms, while everybody can achieve a mastery, very few people can achieve a part. In fact, there are only 3 people in the series that's confirmed to have a part, that being Yohan Sung, Kapyeong Kim, and Gun Park. But then there's somebody like Daniel Park, whose physical limits are so high he would sooner achieve a part than he actually achieves mastery. So to wrap it up, I'll basically be comparing Daniel and Yohan's potential to show off what I mean. Yes, both Daniel and Yohan is shown to have SSS potential in Lookism, but it is shown off to us that both their potential specializing in 2 completely different things. Yes, while Yohan grows faster, Daniel's limits are way higher, which is why Daniel is awakened, meanwhile Yohan is on the path to mastery, with their overall talent being the same because they both are copy users. Even though I would say Daniel's talent should necessarily be higher because he also has UI, but hey.